Adding images to your design is usually one of the last things that you do, and how you've labeled your design is going to have an effect on how quickly the process is going to go. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to find and insert images on your design. Dynascape has an imaging tab with several add image tools on it. We're going to concentrate on the first two that add images from the online plant database. They also allow you to add custom images. In my case here, I have labeled my design with the plant labeling panel, and that's going to help me insert images. But if I have not used the plant labeling panel, and say for instance this is a concept and I don't even have any labels on it, but I want to put images on it, I can search for plants at dynascape.com, search for images, and place those images on the design, and I'm going to show you how that works. The first tool here allows me to search for a plant by name. I can type in this search for box here for a plant that I'm looking for. For example, I'm looking for a pink diamond hydrangea. Click search, and it's going to go to dynascape.com and bring back anything with that matches pink diamond. I've got two matches here. One of them is my pink diamond hydrangea. Now to insert this into my drawing, I've got a couple of different options. Across the bottom here I can include a border, botanical name, and common name, whichever I prefer. I can do both. In my case here, I've got clients that don't really understand what botanical names are, so I'm going to leave common name and border turned on. To insert it, all I need to do is click on Insert Image, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit on my design. I've made some room for images, and to place them, your prompt line generally will tell you what you need to do. It needs you to select the bounding area for the raster. This means what are the corners of where you're going to place that raster. And I'm going to start with the top corner by left-clicking once and moving the mouse in a diagonal direction. You'll see that square developing there, and it's going to try to insert it into this square that I've created here. And to finish it off, all I need to do is left-click when I'm happy with the size, and there it is. It inserts my image into my design along with a border and a name underneath it. Now, that's the one way to insert images. I can go around and just search for plants manually and drop them in my drawing, or I can use the second tool. The second tool here will do the searching for me, and because I've labeled my design with plants that are matched to the online plant database, I can just click on the plant labels and it will find the plants, match them up, and give me the images that are available for them. For example, I click on that tool, the prompt line tells me select Softscape label to search for images. And I'm going to search for image for this tree that I placed on my design, Chanticleer pear. Left click, right click, it loads the image. There's the panel. It's found the match for me automatically. All I need to do is click Insert Image, and I can drop this image into my design right there. So I can keep going around just clicking on the tool, clicking on a label, and there it is. It's found the image for me, click, and I can just insert it into my design. Don't worry about where you've placed the images. We're going to show you how to move these images around. There is another option that you can use as well. For example, if you can't find an image of a plant on the online plant database, you can use custom images. If you go back to the first tool here, there's a custom image option here where I can click on that and then I can browse my computer for images of plants. And this one goes to my, automatically goes to my plants pictures library folder because I've been looking for them already once before. And there's my pictures of my plants, so I can insert any one of these into my design. Say for example I wanted to put this hosta image on my design. Click open, and there it is. Now it's got a name that matches basically the name of my file minus the file extension. That's really not going to do, so I want to change the image caption. I'm going to call that Halcyon hosta. Click OK. Now that's what's going to get added underneath my image along with the border. So I've turned border on, and all I need to do now is do the same thing I did before. Click Insert Image, and it's going to insert that image into my design with the border and the caption underneath it. So I can use that tool for any kind of image, whether it's images of rocks or pavers or any other material that I've used on my design, and I can put a caption underneath it with a border so it all matches the same as the ones that come from the online plant database. So that's how you add images to your design. Once you've placed them, you may realize that you want to move them around a little bit. So editing your images is a little bit trickier, But as long as you know the right steps and how to do it, it's actually not that hard. Dynadscape's raster images, what these are called, these pictures, they're called rasters, are not entities that can be selected, so I can't pick them. The borders around them I can, but I can't pick the picture. So in order for me to move that picture anywhere on my design, the method that I'd recommend that you do is you move the border first, like this. So select the border of the image that you want to move, and move it to the location where you want it to sit. Say, for example, I wanted to move it up there. The image does not go with it, so now I have to move the image to fit inside that rectangle here. So I'm just going to zoom in on that rectangle. I'm going to go to my Revise tools, and I've got a couple of Revise tools. The first one's called Move and Resize. That's the one that I want to use to reposition my raster image on my drawing. I want to reposition it inside this rectangle here. So I'm going to click on that. There's a list of all the rasters that are on my drawing. It's the pink diamond one that I want. So I click on that one. And now what I'm going to turn inference on so that I can grab the top corner and the bottom corner, and it will place that image right inside that frame again. So there it is. So I can move all my images around just by first moving the frame. So I want to move this one over here, then go and grab the image from the list here and use my inference to grab the corners and drop it in. If I didn't have the frame around it or the text underneath it, I could just reposition it anywhere I wanted. To remove raster images from your design, the last tool will open up a raster editor, allowing you to do a number of things. You can make the rasters invisible, so you can turn them on or off. So if I want to make this forest pansy red but invisible, I click OK. It's invisible on the screen. It's still there. It's still in the list. It's still here. I can turn it back on and it reappears. If I wish to remove it completely, I'll select Remove here. So there it is. It removes the image from my design. Now all I have to do is remove the border and the text underneath it. So I'll use my Erase tool here to delete it from my drawing. Now it's no longer there. I can continue on with design